on the screen. Okay, so lesson is about to begin, and there's some topics that I wanted to go through. So here they are. I wrote them here, right here. So we'll focus on input output using toasts, including custom toasts, and then other stuff. Okay, like view filter, how to use custom dialogues. Okay, because I think view filter is easy to use for slideshows and stuff. It's very easy to use. So UI, so we can take advantage of that. Let's do it on your screen. Okay, so share your screen instead. Okay, I hope I just saw this already open.
No, it's just opening up.
Oh no, you're wasting time. You should have it open up before the lesson starts. Yeah, there's no point. You can open it just before the lesson starts. I mean, we're already late. Okay, then let's come back to my screen in the meantime while it's it's opening.
Someone's loaded.
Okay. So what do we know? What did we learn in the previous lessons? We learned about activities.
And linking from one to another.
Yes, using what? Intents.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you extend activity, one of the built-in methods that you get, okay, that you inherit is a method called start activity. Okay, so that's the whole point of inheriting. We inherit from activity. That means we have access to the activity methods like start activity. Okay.
Yeah.
And that will take you from one screen to another. Okay. How? It takes an argument which is of type intent. It takes an intent object. Okay, and we pass into the intent object two arguments, right? The first argument is the context. From where are you trying to start? Okay, that you can call that your source. Okay, your source activity, your source context. Where you're trying to start, comma. Second argument is where you're trying to end up. Okay, the other activity that you're trying to go to. Okay, the activity that you're going to try to start from the source. So source, comma, destination. It's always going to be source.this, okay? Or in some contexts, you're allowed to also use just this if you're not in an inner class, okay? But the one that always works, whether you're in an inner class or not, what always works is the class name.this. That will always work, okay? Sometimes you can use just this. And then, of course, you also have to put the second argument, which is the destination, and that will be .class, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we did. Okay, I mean, we did some other stuff too, but yeah, that was primarily what we did. Now, I want to focus on input-output. It's a simple process for programming. You did a lot of that with Java, okay, and that always has to do with what? Variables, input-output all the time. And I also want to make sure that you understand how to create an application, because when I came out disappointed that the only project I see that you made is first app, because I told you over the weekend you should make another project, or make another application, but you didn't do nothing. So now, well, I saw you drag like a chronometer. No, but I mean make another app. You want to get into the habit of making apps. Okay. So let's do that right now. Okay, so this will be like your second app. Well, we'll call this app Toast Demo. Okay. Oh no, we'll call it input output. I'm sorry, we'll call it input output. Yes.
All right.
So create a new Android. You can't do that. So if you want to create a new app, okay, you can, but we don't want to just create a new app. We can't do that from here, right? You have to close this project, okay?
Okay.
So how do we do that? File, okay, and this is going to be in the video, so that's good. Yes, close project. Good. Okay. Now you want to create a new Android, application, and we're going to call it input output demo. Okay, this is your application name. Okay. All right, you can go next. Check your API. Minimum 15 is good, and just hit next. Okay. See how it says phone and tablet? We're not worried about watch apps. Okay, that's rare. All right, next, blank activity. This will be your first class, right? And then that's your layout, activity main. Okay. So hit finish. And that is how you make an Android app. Okay. Granted, I mean, this is a generic app. If you publish it, people will slap you. They download it and say, "What is this?" It just says "Hello World." So, I mean, but that's just how you make the general app. Now you got to go in and do the work. Okay. That's why I said, what is an app? It's a loose arrangement of what? Collection of activities. Okay. So right now we just have one activity that has only one component inside, which is a text view. Okay. That's not really going to help anybody. That says "Hello World." Okay. So first off, go into the design view. You know what I mean by design view, right? Below. Yeah. Remember, we have the text view, which is the XML view, and then Okay, because TextView sounds like TextView widget, I think I'm going to be saying go to the XML view. That means go to text. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And design is design. All right, so delete the. Yeah, every time you do, you have to delete that because we don't need that hello world for nothing. All right, so this lesson is about input, output. Okay, input. So if you're getting input, which widget do you think is a good widget for input? Because there's a number of widgets you can use checkboxes for input. You can use EditText for input. Okay, so which one do you think is really good for input? EditText, right? Yeah, EditText. No, you can't use TextView for input, right? Because TextView is just text. I mean, yes, you can, but it's not really that good. Okay, it's not really good for the user. The user, see, when you're looking at a screen, the user's gonna look at a screen, right? And they see text. It's not gonna help them, right? Because I mean, nobody wants to click on text, normally speaking, right? But when you see an edit text, and you're like, oh, I have to enter something in there. So you want to go to text fields, right?
Okay.
Text fields are of type EditText. Okay, choose the plain one. You can choose one for numerics and so on. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, boom. And EditText. Now it's too small, so you want to make it wider. Okay, how do you do that? One of the ways to do that is left corner, right here, left corner, top left corner. You see that sign above? You leave it where it is. I'm saying that. You see those arrows? That's a shortcut to make it wide. The arrows, top left. There's 3 arrows in brackets, top left. Yes. So you see the one that looks like wide? The one that looks like wide. The one, no, that's not wide. That's like everything. Oh, I mean, that's like gravity, but left. Yes, this one. Yeah. So yeah, you see what I mean? You can toggle back and forth. Click it again, it goes back. Okay. So you can use that to make it. So let's make it wider. I'm just saying you can go back and forth. So click it again, and the other one, what do you think is going to be? The one right on the right.
Make it.
Do it.
More vertically.
Right, and then send it back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta do it so it sticks. All right, done. So we want to make it wider, and then let's say we don't know what this text is about, right? So usually you want to have like a text view, right? Either beside it or on top of it, so we know what it's about. So let's put a text view on top as like a label above that, so we know that this is what this is for. Okay. All right. Now let's call this name. Good. Name. And we can give it an ID, and the way I like to give IDs is, let's use like text view. So we'll say lowercase t, uppercase v, so TV, because that way it's easy to find. Yes, good, good, very good. All right, so you got a text view and an edit text. Simple. All right, now we also have to be able to what? Well, let's continue to get some more. So underneath that, let's have another pair of what? Text view and edit text. Okay, so let's get another pair of text view and yes, this one will be, I don't know, let's say message. Okay, maybe is that what we want to go with? Okay. Okay, and let's call this message.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So for this we'll call it what? Message, and then the ID will be TV. Yes, good. I mean, it's good enough name for me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yes. Let it update, yeah, do what it needs to do. Okay, so you got 2 edit texts, and there we go, okay? Now, we have to be able to what? Display the information, okay? So this can be useful for what? Input, right? But we got to be able to have some way of doing output. Okay, remember this is a demonstration about input-output. So we're going to have a way of doing output. All right, before we even do that, the output, let's get some more input because there are different kinds of input, okay? So another input that we want to be able to have is... you know what? I'll leave these. Yeah, let's get them. So let's have a checkbox. Let's have 2 checkboxes. Okay.
Below the message.
Yes. Okay, and a checkbox you can yes, and another one. Okay. All right. All right. Now the first checkbox. We'll say. Let me see. I know this is checkbox, so we want to say. Just check it as. Let me see. Happy, yes, happy. Okay, and then and then we'll just say CBX. Very good.
X.
Yep.
Okay.
And let's do like the way we do button. So okay, that's fine. I like what you did. Okay, CBX like that. That's fine. All right, that's kind of how do I do mine. Yeah, you did exactly how I do mine. All right, good. So the text on it, on the checkbox, right? Oh, this is the second one. The first one is about, so if you're happy, you check it. The other one is if you're, if you have been, I don't know, paid. Okay, so no, let me say employed. So let's say employed. Yeah, let's call this employed. Okay, because give me any. So you use checkbox for like states. Okay, yes, and employed. Oh, fair enough. Good. Okay. Okay, there we have it. Okay, now we got to be able to have a way of what? Outputting the data, right? We got to be able to output the data. And one of the ways you can output the data is to use a text view. Another way is to use a toast. Okay, let's start with the text view. So at the bottom, I want you to put a text view at the bottom, okay? And that text will be, put it like in the center, yeah, regular position, because that will be like the final output, okay? Display, because this is about input, output. So what do we have here? We got a text view and a pair of what? Text view and EditText, okay? Two of them, okay? One. And then we have what? We have two checkboxes, okay? You know, of course, with checkboxes, you have to put the EditText as part of the checkbox, okay? Now, we also have a text view for displaying information. So those are for input, and then that text view at the bottom, right, that you have active right now, it is for displaying the information that you are going to extract, okay? Simple as pie. So let's do this. First of all, what do we know? We know that the main activity has, let's go to the main activity class. And the main activity has, inside of it, the onCreate method, right? It has a call to a method called set content view, right? In your onCreate that is supposed to what? Connect you from this class, right? To what? The activity main. Okay, find that line where the set content view is called. Highlight it. Okay, yes. So this is going to load the whole class, but we want to be able to do what? We want to be able to access or reference the specific individuals. You know what? Delete all the options menu. We don't need them. So delete, override, yeah, all the way down, everything but the class. There we go. Yeah. Get rid of it. Because we don't need it. It's distracted. Remove that. Delete that. No, delete it. It's, you know, it's taking up. You know, I want you to focus. All right, because we don't need all that. We're not doing menus. Good. So you know that what this method does, right? Tell me what it does.
Opens up like so you can see the class.
It connects this class to what?
Activity main.
Exactly. That's what set content view does, and we do that in the onCreate. Okay. Oh, I never got a chance to do the activity lifecycle. We will do that too. Okay, but for now, let's focus on our input output. All right. So what do we want to look at? Let's go look at. Oh, by the way, you see that yellow thing? See that yellow thing on the corner? In the corner of your in the corner bar on the left, center left. Yeah. See that yellow thing? You see what it looks like? It looks like the XML file. See that yellow? So click that. Yeah, click that thing, and it's gonna take you. See, you can use that to navigate to your other what XML files. Okay, we could do the manifest file. Okay, or in this case, you went to the what? The XML. Yes, the layout, XML layout file. All right, good. So here we are. And what do we want to happen? We want to be able to what? When something is triggered, we want to be able to grab the data and then what? Output it. Okay. So we want to grab the data that will be inputted, and we want to be able to what? Output it. So usually in programming, we need to have something to trigger some kind of behavior, right? Yes, we can just run it and it will just do it, but that's not programmatic. Programmatically, you want the user to decide what, you know, or determine how things happen. So that's why we have what we call click listeners, right? So in other words, we need what kind of device? We need a button. Okay, so let's have a button that we will put, like we can put it right underneath the happy employed. Yeah, put it underneath the happy employed and stuff. Yeah, but let it be central. Now, if you want something to be central, yeah, you can do it that way. That's fine. Good. So now let's call this, give this button an ID. Oh no, you're covering your display. All right, so let's give this button an ID. Okay, and the ID we want to give the button will be BTN. Good, and then we'll call it what? And this is a button that's supposed to grab the text, right? So we'll say get data. Okay.
Should I name it submit?
Yes, let's call it. It's a button, right? So we'll set a. Well, you know, it's funny. It actually gets and displays the data. So I'm wondering what let's just say submit. Okay, that's fine. Okay, okay, that's fine. All right.
Okay.
Usually I would like my name and my ID to be the same, but that's okay in some kind of way, because but that's okay. All right, so now we want to go into our XML view, so we can edit the on-click attribute. You know why I want to edit the on-click attribute of the button? Okay, because I want it to be that when the button is clicked, something is supposed to happen, right? So let's scroll down to whether we have a button. Good. Now remember that we can also have what we call a preview, right? I think that would be useful. On the right side, do you see that stuff on the right side? There's one that says preview, far right side. Preview, far right side. Yeah, click that. That allows you in the XML view to be able to see what is happening when you make a change and so on, okay? All right. So it's useful. You can't really do anything. It's not like the design view. You can't do anything with it, but it's visually it's good, okay? All right. So now we want to give this, give your button an on-click attribute. I like to make the on-click my last attribute, but it's up to you. So you can make it your last attribute. Yeah. Enter. You can order the first. So let's have an on-click attribute. Let's call the method. I don't know. What do you call it? Get data. Yeah. You actually gets in display, but that's a good name for it works for us. Good. Now you see that bob light on the left? It's trying to help you, okay? So click that and it will allow you to create an event listener. You should just click that. Don't hit the arrow. Good. And then it tells you where you want to make it. We want to make it in this class, right? It's the only class we got anyway. Good. Now open it up. I don't know why they don't open it up because we got to write code inside of there. That's weird to me. All right, so there we are. Okay. Now I like to have good programming practices in the sense that one thing that I like to do in the code is on top of your public, I want you to have / star, okay? In fact, you can do / double star and then press enter. No, / 1 / by the way.
Okay.
And double star will make it a Java doc and press enter. Good. You can delete that at param view. We don't need that for nothing. And now we're going to say on click for. I like to do that so I know what this method is supposed to be for, right? So I'll say on click for. You can put it in the center. You don't have to write in the first line, like yeah. On click for r.id. That's not how we write that R, by the way. R will always be written with R, uppercase R. Remember, it's an R class. We don't write classes with lowercase letters. All right, so remember that R is a class. Okay. All right, so r.id dot, and then what did you call it? You call it button, so BTN, and then what did we call it? Those button sub. Okay. Fair enough. We want the ID, right? Is that what you call the ID? Okay. Not the method name. Yes, you called it button get data. Excellent. All right, just verifying. So when you see the code, you know what this code is supposed to do, right? So what is this code that we're going to write in the method body supposed to do? It's supposed to do It's supposed to be what will happen when the button is clicked, right? Are we there?
Yeah. Okay,
so what are we trying to achieve? Go back to the activity main. Let's see. So when the button is clicked, okay, go to design view. I don't know why your preview left. Anyway, so go to your design view, and then you see what do you see here? You see that we have all this information. Now, if you click, what's going to happen? Let's think about the user. The user is going to click the button, right? That's all this application is going to do. The user clicks the button, and what happens? The code we write is supposed to what? Grab the name, right?
Yeah.
So we don't really need this name and message text view. We don't need them for nothing. They're just labels, right? They're not programmatic at all. They're just to guide the user. What we do need is the data that's going to be in the boxes, right? So we want to grab the data that's in this box and that box, and we also want to grab the data that's in the, for the data from the checkbox to check its state, right? And then we also want to be able to display it by manipulating the new text that you have below, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now don't click on your new text. We need to double click on the new text, the one that you call new, the one that says new text below. Yeah. Double click on it. Okay. Now this text view, let's just give it an ID of. Let's give it an ID of TV display. Okay, make it be uppercase uppercase V. Okay, let's have a pattern TV display. So you get used to that. Good. Enter. Oh, by the way, your text, let it be blank. Good. All right. So now when a button is clicked, this is how it's going to be. We grab a text from EditText 1, right? Oh no, you called it. Oh, you know what's bad? We should have given names to the edit text, not the. Yes, let's do that. Double click on the first edit text. because we don't need IDs for those text views, just labels anyway. So let's call it's about the IDs, right? Because EditText is supposed to be empty till you enter, right? So we'll say ET, very good, and this one will say name, another one will say message. Yeah, let's do that. And then the next one will be message, because we're gonna have to find them from our Java, and we will start finding them by doing ET. That way, because nobody can always remember stuff. Good. So now let's go into our checkboxes. Already have IDs, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's go into main activity. So this is simple. When the button is clicked, and this is where we are. The button is clicked. It takes us to this. What's the first thing we want to do? We want to grab from the first edit text, right?
Yeah.
We want to grab from all these things. So in fact, let's do it this way. Let's get the attributes first. Okay. So let's get let's get references to each of those components. Let's start with, we need what? An edit text. So edit text, the data type, right? Edit text. Data types will not start with lowercase letters. It's a class. All right, and then we have one called, we can call it whatever we want to call them, right? So we'll call the first one ET. But you know, when you're calling them though, this is not an ID, right? So let's just call it message. No, name. Let's start with name. Name ET. Okay, name ET. Good. Comma. And then the other one is what?
Message.
Yeah, message ET. And semicolon. Then we also have 2 checkboxes, right?
Yeah.
So checkbox. That's the data type for checkbox. Checkbox. Good. And then what's the first one? Happy. So happy CBX. Okay. And then the other one is what?
Employed.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now what else do we need? We need that display, right? So that's also of type what? Text view. So okay. So that's text view. And then it's going to be display. Let's call it display TV. Remember, that's the one that's supposed to display the information. That's the output. Okay. Okay, good. So you got your components. Now we want to initialize each of them. Let's start by initializing. Now we also need variables to store the information. Okay. So when we'll do it at the same time while we gotta initialize these. You know what's funny? Usually you want to declare this stuff. Let's declare this stuff globally. Yeah, because I feel like it's always better programmatically. So grab all of this stuff, declare them globally. When I say global to the class, put them on top of the whole class. Yeah, inside the class, of course. Good. Now let's have space. You always want to have space between override. That's confusing. No. Yeah, that's what I mean. Good for readability. Now inside your onCreate, that's where we want to initialize them. Okay, so let's initialize them in the onCreate. We'll come back to get the data later. But let's initialize them in the onCreate. Now you don't want to do anything after you can't do that, right? Because you got to grab the XML file first before you try to deal with the stuff that's in the file. So you can't put it on top. That's what I'm saying. You got to see the set content view is supposed to grab the file, right? And put it in your activity. So anything you want to do should be after you have set the content view. Because without the content view being set, there is no such thing as all the individual things that are in the content view, okay? It's almost like this. I have a box of candy, right? Different kinds of candy. If I want to grab the candy, I first have to grab the box, right? So set content view is grabbing the whole box, right?
Yeah.
So you can't grab the candy without grabbing the box first. Then look, now we have the box. Now we can look inside. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So you want to set content view before you try to get the individual components that are inside what set content view gets, which is the activity made. All right, so press enter again for space, and let's start initializing each component that you have declared. Okay, so enter for space, and then let's start with the name ET. Let's initialize the name ET. We're going to initialize each of those components. Let's go. And how do we initialize? We're trying to find them. So we don't do it in traditional Java. We're trying to remember, you see, you're not thinking about what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is simple. This is a Java class. We're trying to, first of all, grab the whole activity main, the whole XML layout file, right? And that's what is done by set content view. So that's done. Now, what we're trying to do now is to grab the individual components that are in the activity main. We just grabbed the activity main, the layout file. Now we want to grab the things. What things? The edit texts, the checkboxes, the text views that are in there. Okay, so that's why we create these variables above. So those variables will be called what we call reference pointers to those things. Delete that dot. Okay, this is a recording. You don't want to put stuff like that in there. Confuse yourself. There's no need to put a dot. So how do we initialize variables? Equal sign has to come in. Okay, but we're not doing new. We're not trying to create new components. The components are already in activity main, so we don't have to create new components. We have to find the components that are in there. Right? So we use the method find. You see, view by ID, and that is the whole point of the whole IDs, and that's why we do the IDs. Okay. Now this is what an ET. So you start saying ET, and there it comes. Okay. It's not always going to help you like that, so you got to do the right thing. It's helping you, but you got to do the right thing, which is .et, and that's why you name it like that. That way you find it, and then they're going to tell you to cast. If it's not being fast enough, which happens sometimes, put your mouse on that right there, and then okay. Now we're trying to help you see how slow this thing is, but you could have done it manually too anyway. But yeah, but you don't have to wait. There we go. Okay, now copy and paste this, and you know what to do, right? We're trying to do the message ET. And the ID will be what? It's there. There we go. All right, now let's move on to the happy CBX. Let's initialize the happy CBX. Let's go. Happy CBX equals not new, but find. We're trying to find the individual components that we just got from set content view. You see, when you start typing CBX, you see why we name them like that? Because you see that there's a lot of IDs already in there, right? And that's why we name them like that. So that way it makes it easy to find it. You see, all we be watching, you're doing too much work. The bulb light was showing up. You didn't have to do it manually. It's always on the left side, okay? Left corner, yeah. Okay, all right, there we go. Now, it's funny. Now, let's go to the employed CBX. This is a recording, boy. All right, so employed CBX. You could have done copy and paste, but this is good too. All right, if you want to equals, just copy it, yeah. All right, and then now we have the text view, which is that final output. That's what's meant to be the final output. Our.id.what? TV. Because you see, there's a lot of IDs. Without naming like that, it's hard to try to remember what you wrote. So you don't have to think about it. That's why I name it like that. The bulb light is there. Cast it. Booyah. So you have initialized your component. Now, on top of these lines, put a comment that say initialize. Press enter. Initialize components. Okay. In fact, the one on top say declare components.
Alright.
Let's declare reference. Declare reference components if you like, or reference to your GUI references to your GUI components. Yeah. Okay. Now, where will those GUI components come from? They'll come from set content view out of layout.activity main. Okay. By the way. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's go to the So now we have them initialized, right? We can start doing some work, which is creating some variable. Let's go to get data. Okay, let's go to get data now. Okay, so now we're going to get data, the get data method. Okay, now our components are ready to be used. Okay, remember, you see, why do we initialize components? Because you got to be able to initialize them to find them, okay, so that we can program them. All right, so first off, we want to get the name. Okay, and in programming, what is the programming tool or device that we use to store data? And it's not a database. It's a simple
variable.
Very good. Simple, a variable. So we want to be able to store a name. What data type do you think is a good idea to store a name in?
String.
Very good, because it's textual. So let's do that. String, and let's call it name. Okay, let's see how generic this is. We use name. Okay, nothing fancy. All right, and then what is the operator when you're trying to store something in a variable? No. What? That's not Java.
I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, that happens. All right. Anyway, so we got an equal sign. Good. So we're trying to put whatever comes on the right of the equal sign into name. Okay, name is the bucket. Name is the variable. All right. So what do we want to get? We want to grab the text that's in what? Name text. Name et. Right. Sorry. Name et. We want to grab the text that's in name et, and so we can put it in name. So if you want to do something to a component, what do? You references. And what is to reference something? To type something. Okay. All right. Good. I'm going to keep quiet. I think you know what to do.
GetText.
But in Android Java, it's not enough, right? You gotta now convert because the GetText doesn't get you a string like you should expect. Not my fault. Whoever made Android didn't think. I mean, there are reasons for that. So yes. And you have to end every programming statement, and we all set. All right, now you know what to do with the message text, right? So do that too.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now let's. I know let's do. We'll stick with the. We won't worry about the happy CBX and the employee CBX for now. Okay. All right. Now, so now we have grabbed the text. I'm trying to simplify. We can worry about the checkboxes later. Okay? But for now, I just want to simplify things. We'll come back to the checkboxes. So you have grabbed the name and the message, right, and put it in the variables name and message, right?
Yeah.
Good. So now, what else do we want to do? We want to display that information. Okay. Now, what is the component that we meant to display the information? That's the display TV, right? So we reference the display TV, right?
Okay.
So display TV. So with the display TV, it's not an edit text, right? We're not trying to what? We're not trying to get text. What are we trying to do with display TV?
Display something.
No, but we're not trying to. Yes, we're trying to display something, right? But see here, we're not trying to get text. We're trying to what? Set the text.
Okay.
Right. So set the text. See, easy as pie. All right. And then now you can put name, right? Okay. But of course, we don't want them to right next to each other, so you do name plus, and then inside of that, let's have, okay, yeah, that space is good. But inside of the space, let's have \n instead of space. No space.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's have no space, but let's have \n. There should be double quotes every time you use an escape sequence. Okay. So that \n should always be in double quotes. Where's your okay? Is that okay? Good. All right. Yeah, that will work. Okay, and that will display the name and the ET and so on. So okay, good. Let's run your application.
Oh shoot! I forgot to put on the.
All right, let's do that.
That's okay.
Okay, let's do that. Okay. It takes. I mean, it won't take that one, but it'll take a while. Just wait. Okay, let's go back to our code and look at our code. So it's not gonna. It's gonna take some time. Okay, so once again, what are we doing? Simple. When the button is clicked, we grab the name and put it in name. The variable we call name. Grab the message, the text that's in the message edit text or whatever, and we put it in a variable called message, right?
Yeah.
And then we set a text of what we use that in new information that you store in the variables to what. To set a text of our invisible. Right now there's no text in it, but we're gonna set a text of that display text that's below the button. Very good. All right, let's go look at our emulator. By now it should be fine. Yeah, let's look at our emulator. Yes, unlock it, and then let's hit run. Okay, let's hit run. On our Android Studio, we're done here. So we have to run our application. Just click on Android Studio. Okay, hit run. Okay. We didn't check any themes. So app compat activity should be fine. Okay, we can change it to regular activity. It will still work. It doesn't really matter. But in this case, we don't have to change app compat activity because we didn't change the theme. Okay, so there should. Oh, okay. I don't know what you're saying.
I guess it's just loading up. Or...
Yes, it's still loading. It's below. It should show below. But
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. The Gradle is doing that. Good. Now press OK. Okay. Now let's look at your device. It should come up any moment. There we go.
Okay.
That's your device. Okay. Now when you click in the box, and then it doesn't give you the keyboard. Oh, that's a shame. These emulators are pain. See, in real life, it will bring like on a real device, it will bring like a keyboard. Okay.
Yeah.
An Android keyboard, and you can type something in. Okay. So and write your message. Okay. When you hit it, see?
Yeah.
Okay, that's programming. It's not magic. This is simple input output. Okay, input output. So how do you do input output? You get the data and then you set the data. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you output or display the data. Okay. Of course, another way to display data, because I said I wanted us to also knock out toast. Another way to display data is by using toast. Okay. So let's go to our UI. Leave the emulator alone. Okay. When we run next time, we'll play with it. Alright, so now in your activity, go to your activity layout file, your XML file, and let's drop another button, okay? And we'll call this button toast, okay? Now this button is going to display the data in toast. Oh, anyway that makes sense. So side by side with the other button, I think it's fine. Yeah, good. And now let's set the text of that new button that we just, yeah, and we'll call it, just say toast. So it's going to display the same data but in a toast way, okay?
Yeah.
And then the ID will be button BTN uppercase toast, right? Okay, good. All right, now let's, if you remember, this is good repetition, right? You want to go into the XML view, right? Yep. And what do you want to do, right? You want to be able to write the code that's supposed to happen when you click there. If you're not sure what component, the preview on the right is very helpful. Click on that, it will find it for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you already found it. Okay, so on click, right? Because you want to be able to program what happens when that button is clicked, right? So you say on click. Okay, and here we want to name this a button what? Make toast. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Yeah, make toast. Good. Now, if you remember, what do you do next? Because I showed you the easy way. You can go into Java and write it yourself, but I showed you the easy way, which is, yeah. Good. So here we are. Now, you see the comment that we have at the top? Copy that comment and put it on top, but then we will edit it. Yeah, copy that comment. Yes, and put it on top of the new button we just created. Press enter first, yes. And then change the ID, right? I hope you know why I did that, so that you know what this, when you look at the code, you know what this code is for, right? And that's button toast. See? It's a method, it's a reason for everything that we do. Alright, good. So this will be our what's supposed to happen when the toast button is clicked. Okay. Now we see a problem, and the problem we see is that it's not a big problem, it's not a big deal. But the reason why we have to understand something called global scope and versus local scope. See, we can't use the name variable and the message variable here, right?
Yeah.
Because they are not global, and that is why we like to make things global, okay? Because it makes our work easier. So another thing is that we could also extract the getting of the data. Well, that's fine. We'll do the getting the data. So we want to make those variable. We can, but we can make new ones too. Okay, so it's kind of up to us. So let's make. We'll make. I mean, it's up to you. Which one do you want to do? We can make new ones. Okay. You know what? Let's make new ones. Okay. So string name. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, by the way, when I say make new ones, all I'm saying is copy the code for string name and message. String name, string name, yeah, copy those, yeah, 2 lines, yeah, because we don't want to waste time, right? And then paste that in there. So to make toast, we want to first grab the data, okay? Now, how do we make toast? On the next line, what is the class for making toast?
The class.
Yeah, what's the name of the class for making toasts?
The toast.
Exactly, that's how easy it is. It's toast. So let's go write a class called toast. Good, you did not write a lowercase t. All right, now go back. Do Control Z, write a class again, and yeah, write a class again, toast. Now slow down, don't move. Now you see that you can write a class, right, and then you can manually do it yourself. That's what you chose. But you see what the other one below. So what does it say? Create what?
Create a toast.
That makes your job easy. So click that one. See?
Okay.
So that puts everything in place. The context, the 3 arguments in place. Yes, they want you to import it. So you do Alt Enter. They're telling you to do Alt Enter. So you do that. Yes, Alt Enter. So when the pop-up comes, then you can do it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, now so you can tell where you want to put the text to go, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I don't like length short. It's too short, so make it length long. That's for the duration, right? The duration of how long it shows the toast. So make it length long. Good. Now your message is where we want to put the name and the name. So where do you think we're going to put the string? You can see the double quotes. That's where you put the string. The double quote, that's where the text is supposed to go. So put your cursor in the double quotes, that area there. Put your cursor in the double quotes. Put your cursor in the double quotes, and let's write uppercase N, name. So let's write name colon, and then outside put a plus. Outside the double quote, put a plus, and then the variable name, right? No, the variable name.
Name.
Yeah, the variable name. It's lowercase n. Yeah, plus double quotes, \n, and that's the first line. Okay. Then right after the \n, right where you are, right where your cursor is, you're gonna write message, uppercase N, message, colon, space, and then you're gonna put plus, then the variable message. And this is string concatenation at its finest. Okay. All right. Now you see the final method when they made a toast for you. See the method at the end says .show, right? Okay. Because that method has to be there. See that .show? So it will make a toast object and it's going to display the toast object. Okay. So now hit run, and now let's test this whole toast business. Okay. Oh, yeah. Everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot that we already used the on click, so we're good. Okay. I thought we, I was like we had to go now. I thought we forgot something. So let's run it. Okay. And let's test the good old toast, and because I think we're all fine, yeah. Because you already initialized all your variables, so just type a different name this time, okay. And there's a power of variables and stuff. Type a different name than the name you put the last time. Okay. There's a message: I got eaten by a whale or some big fish.
Make toast.
Yep. Hit the button for toast, and it will make the toast. Then it will call the make toast. Behind the scenes, you don't see that, right? As a user, right? But behind the scenes in our code, we know that this is gonna call. Have you clicked?
Yeah.
See? You see how it's formatted too?
Yeah.
Because of how we did it with the /n and all that. See that? Quickly look at it again. See? Okay. Now hit submit, and you know what's gonna do? What happens when you do that, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna call the other one, right? Because the on click for that button, for the on click for the toast button is gonna trigger what? The make toast. The on click for the submit button is gonna trigger the get data method, right?
Yeah.
And so they both do different things like that. Okay. Any questions about the input out and the output, and the on clicks and the toast? Any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Now we also have what we have checkboxes, right? Okay. We haven't programmed what happens with the checkboxes, so let's do that. Okay. Now with the checkboxes, they're Boolean. Boolean is a kind of data that is returned, true or false. Is what is returned. Okay. So we're gonna go into a little logic. So let's go into the get data. Yeah. Let's go into the get data in our code. Right. So get data method. Okay, so we know we got the name and we display the name. Now put your cursor before we display the name. Okay, so before we display the text view, I'm sorry. Yes, enter. Just put your cursor above that. Yeah, because we're going to write code right for the checkboxes. Right. So we want to get what's in the checkboxes. So we're going to use if statements for this. Okay, so we'll say if. I mean, the truth is we need booleans actually. So let's before we do the if statement, I'm sorry, let's do a boolean. So let's have a boolean. Yeah, so boolean, and the first one we'll call it is happy, right? Boolean, yeah, is happy. So it's a good way to name it, okay? And we'll initialize this with what? What value?
False.
So we'll call equal sign is what we want to go with. No, not false. We want to initialize according to what? You see, look at the name of it. I'm calling it is happy. So what do you think?
Happy.
Yeah, so happy CBX. So happy CBX dot. Now we're not getting text, but what are we doing? What do you think it is? See the method is check. That's right. And that would, so you don't have to say false. That's not really programmatic, right? You let the user determine that. So if the user checks it, good. It's going to give us true. If the user doesn't check it, it's going to give us what? False. Look at how we cannot name things like the way you're trying to name it. Look at what you just wrote.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, no problem. Good. So now you have this information. It's very simple. Let's have some if statements, okay? And we can say if. Well, it all depends on how you want to display the data. See, we can have string variables, to say that yes, this person is happy or this person is not. It's all relative. I don't want to use something. I told you something called a ternary operator. If you remember, with a question mark. Do you remember that? Okay, kind of it's a C thing. Maybe kind of too advanced for something like this, but okay, that's fine. You know what? I wonder if I should use the if statement. So I should just let you just is happy. Okay, you know what? Is employed, is happy. No, that's fine. Just remove the if statement for now. Yeah, remove the if statement. I'm trying to do things in the simplest way. Yeah. All right. So now when you display the data this time, now we have the Boolean data. So you see where you have plus message, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now after the plus message, let's have a plus. So after the plus message, let's have a plus. After the plus message.
Plus message.
Yes, we're going to the display. Yes, yeah, plus. Yes, and let's have double quotes, \n. And in fact, let's have happy, colon. Yeah, let's have happy, colon. Okay, then have plus is happy.
Oh, man.
Okay, then have plus, double quotes, \n. Yep. And then right there, right after that \n, yeah, in there, we're gonna have the no. See, what's in the double quotes is supposed to be textual stuff. Exactly. Yeah. So employed, colon, yeah, and then you're gonna say, is employed. Yeah. Good. All right. Now let's copy what you have for the is happy and is employed. Those two lines. Is happy and is employed. Just those two lines. Put them inside your toast, right? Yeah, put that inside right after you have the string message and string name in your make toast method. So copy that and then go to make toast, and then so after we get the text, we want to get the the happiness and the employedness. So right after those two lines, those we do it in the name of the message, right? But we're just adding the checkbox information. Okay, so now at the you see where you have your plus message. You're gonna do the same thing that we did above. Okay, so plus message, you can copy that. You know what? Let's copy it. So go above your display set text. Right after your no, we don't need the whole thing. After so let's have after the message, let's have a plus. Just take the plus. Yes, and everything. Well, you can take yeah. But you see this. Remember, this is a toast, so you want everything, but not the closing. Yes, like that. Copy that. And then put it right after message. Right after message in your toast. Right after message. Yeah, right there. Okay, hit run. So now we also learn how to extract not just text, but also extract Boolean information from checkboxes. Because checkboxes have only two possible states, right? Whether it's checked or not checked, right? So if it's checked, it's gonna return true. If it's not checked, right now it's gonna check false. Okay, so put a name in the message in there. Yeah, put a name, somebody's name in somebody's message. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then the message. Okay. And then now check something. Okay, and then you don't check something else. Okay. Now see what toast you get.
Okay.
Right. So you know why happy is false, right? Because the user did not check anything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now do the same and you're gonna see the okay, now hit the submit. See?
Okay.
And you see how they behave. Yeah. Okay. So that's how you do that. That's how you do your input and your output. Okay. Simple. Get used to that. That's a very simple thing you can do to make all kinds of applications because it's simple and easy. Where you can get the text, okay, or you can also get Boolean information. Okay, basically you get the data and process it and display it. Okay, in our case we didn't process anything anyway. This is simple. This is input, output, IO. We didn't do no processing. But in programming terms, for something that's like really useful, a lot of times you would have to not just get the text but also process it and then display it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like maybe process it, maybe use it to analyze it against the names of the employees in your database or the people in your city and whether or not they're employed. You check, so you have like a database and you can check it against it, or you have some way of storing some information. So there's some processing going on behind the scenes. But in this case, this is a simple application. Simple application. A lot of applications that are simple but are still useful. So you can still, just being able to get and set text is very useful stuff. Okay, but I want you to understand the principles of getting and setting text before we even have to do anything that's more complex, and that'll have to do with processing. Okay, so I hope you can understand this. If you're having trouble, you can always go back to the video. Okay, now before we do some more demos on Toast, okay, because we can customize Toast. So is everything good with this example?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let's move on. Let's add another. Let's go to our code. Let's be quick because we want to I want to show you something about customizing toast. Okay, in this case, we just use toast in a shortcut kind of way. Okay, all in one line. But sometimes you want to customize your toast. Okay, so let's have another button. Okay, let's be quick about this. Let's go to Android Studio. Go to your XML file. Let's be quick. Go to your XML file. Okay, and then now drop a button. Go to your design view. Let's be quick. Design. Okay, and drop a button inside. Drop it on the left of submit button because there's space there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just have the text on this button. Double click on it. Let's have the text on this button say next, just next, because it's supposed to open the next screen. Okay. And we don't care about yeah, we can say next button next. Very good. Very good. You learn it. Quick enter. All right. Now go to the text view. The text. Yes. Yeah. And then give it an on click. So get used to that. You know, this whole process. This is good practice. On click, and we'll call it go to next. Good. And you should use the bulb light to kind of help you to get to the next one. You can hit OK. Okay, gets it done. Let's have the ID on click for our.id. Copy the comment. I don't like typing things manually myself. Shoot. Yeah, copy that and put it on top. But of course, this will say button, not button toast. Let's edit the ID. The ID won't say button toast. What are you doing? Okay, let's just change the ID, yeah, to button next. Okay, good. So we're all set. Now you're gonna, okay, now we need to create an activity, right? So put your mouse on Java. Well, open up Java in the project view, yes. Put your mouse on the, no, put your mouse on on the package, because it's in that package where you have main activity, same package. The package is called Creative Abros. So creative.abros.com, the package name. See the package? Not the one for test. See that one says test? We're not testers, right? We're concerned about development. Right click on that, and then we want to create a new activity, which is green at the bottom. Yeah, right there. We'll call it blank. We use blank activity. Let's call this one second activity. Hit finish. Good. Now we can go to our delete that hello world. Okay, this is where we're going to make our custom toast. Delete that hello world. Yep. And let's go back to our main activity, back to the method that we created, and that method is supposed to get us main activity Java class. All right. So now let's call start activity. Okay. Normally you make an intent, but I'm using a shortcut. I'm in a hurry. Start activity. Yep. And then you write new intent. So I'm making an unnamed object. New intent. This intent has no name. And then you're going to write main activity.this. Main activity.this. Oh, no, Control Z. That's weird code. Control Z. You have to, you see, you write it. You see, Android Studio is not going to help you if you write things wrong. You confuse yourself. A class name will never be written with a lowercase m. Okay, now it can help you. .this, comma, where we're trying to get to? We're trying to get to second activity. .class. Second one is .class. Good. So you set it up all nicely. Now we got to make our custom toast. So let's go to the activity second. Good. And then go to your design view. And we just want to have a button that will make the toast. Okay, so let's have a button. Okay, on the button we'll just have double click on it and we'll say button. The text will say custom toast. And then the ID will be ID, so it'll be BTN custom toast. Good. Let's give it an on click. You know what to do. Yep. And the on click will be make custom toast. Make custom toast. You are making a new method, so you don't have to use the old ones. Okay, and that's if you wanted to make that this button will trigger those methods. You can have done that too, but there's no need for that. All right, now the bulb light as usual is trying to help you on the left side. You click that. You make the click on yep. In the second activity, you got it. See, you understand how computers work and what they're saying. All right, that's simple. Now we don't have comments here, but make the comment quickly.
Above it.
Yes, / star / yeah, / one / by the way. No, you have to use one / and star and then press enter and it will do it for you. On click for It's a method. So yeah, that's how they would write it if you care about that. This is just comment. R.id, uppercase R is a class. .id, .button, custom toast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now this is the code that's supposed to happen. We're gonna write the body, right? That's supposed to happen when you click on that button, and it's simple. What is this gonna do? We're gonna show you how to make a custom toast. Not just use the generic toast that they make, but a more controlled kind of toast. Okay. And in fact, I want your toast to have like an image. So let's go to Pixabay. Okay. Let's go to Pixabay. This is good. This is good that you have this on video, so you can always. So go to Pixabay.
Yeah.
All right. .com. Okay. You're just going to Pixabay.com, and then let's type something like a soccer ball or something like that. Okay. So you can say soccer ball. I'm trying to be quick. Yeah. Choose any soccer ball you like. Yeah. Quick. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. Small. It doesn't have to be small, but I like small because it don't take my data.
Yeah.
And also, it's a toast. So we don't want to take the whole screen and stuff. We can, manipulate the size and all, but there's no need for that. All right. So yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
All right. So copy that. Oh well, first you want to name it, rename it. That would be best. Just say ball.
Yeah.
Or soccer. It should be named like all underscore. Ball is fine. Good name. Copy it. Okay, and let's drop it in our, what folder, right? It's for, yeah, there we go. Drop it in there. Okay, and look and see that it's there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got our ball. All right, so we got our image. All right. So now let's go to main, second activity, right there, right where you are, in the make custom test. Now, how do we make a toast? So this time, I'm not going to use a shortcut. We're not going to use like a static method that says .makeText.show. No. We're going to make a toast. You're going to make a toast. So let's have toast. So let's do toast. Okay. Toast space toast. Okay. So you've made a toast. Okay. All right. Now we want to do something with this toast, but what do we want to do? Okay, you know what? We can initialize the toast just like we do with the others. The only thing is that it's not going to do anything when you initialize the toast. It's really not. So I don't even see what the point of using the make test is. So we won't use the make test. Okay. All right. So on the next line, we're gonna do some Java. What do we want to make our toast with? We want to make our toast with something called an image view, right? So let's have an image view. So we're gonna have an image view and a text view. Okay. And let's call this image. Okay, and you know how and we're going to initialize with traditional Java. We're not trying to see this time. We're not trying to get to new. We're not trying to find. There was no image view in our layout file, right? Yeah. So here we're not trying to do like the good old new find. We're trying to do new because we're trying to make a new image toast because there's no image in our image view, right? So new image view, or you can just do I mean, you got to know new what kind of object you're making. We're making a new image view object. Now, when you make an image view, you have to say what context, and we're going to say this because we're making it on this page. Okay, so this. Good. All right. So you made an image view. Now also make also make a text view, and we'll call it text. Also, you're making a new text view. Also, you want it to be on this page, so you'll pass in the argument will be this. You're making it on this page. Good. So we got a new image view and a new text. Now let's start with image view on the next line. Okay, you can press enter again for space so it's more readable. So we'll go image, and we want to set the image resource. Okay, resource, and you know what resources are? So not drawable, but resource. Because drawable, you have to write more code. Set image resource to r dot. What folder do you think we store images?
Drawable.
There we go. Dot, and you see that good old ball. Right, ball. There we go. Simple. On the next one, with a text view, what do we want to do with the text? We want to set the text, right? So set the text. And then you want to put whatever you want to put in there, right? You can say this is the text. Just this is the text. It's a string, right? Because so this is the text. That's what we set the text view to. Okay, you can say whatever you want to say. All right, good. And then now we also need a layout to store both these components. Okay, so what component? We'll use linear layout. Okay, so one will sit on top of the other. So let's have a linear layout. You know what? Let's have the linear layout let's have the linear layout right where you declared your above, right where you declared your image and your text, right? So let's have linear layout. Yeah, linear layout. Okay, and let's call it layout. Nothing fancy there. Layout. Let's initialize it. Same way, of course. Right? And it has to be on what page? What context? This page you're in. Good. All right. Now let's take. Okay. Now you're setting all this stuff. Let's do layout. That's not what we called it, right? I think it's lowercase l. Yeah. Okay. So layout. Now, when you do something with something, there's no equal signs anymore. We already set it up, right? So now we got to do something with it. So how do you do something with something? You do a dot, right? You're trying to do something. So what are we trying to do? We're trying to set the orientation. Okay. Remember, it has two orientations, right? So the orientation can be set from a constant of the linear layout class. You're going to do linear layout, or you can do view. It does the same thing. You can do either view, the general view class, or you can do linear layout. So linear layout dot. And you see there's a constant that says what? Let's make it vertical, okay?
Okay.
That's all. Okay, so our layout orientation has been set. Okay, we got our text, the text that we want. Okay, now right after you set the text, right? So put your cursor after all the lines. Okay, so after you set the image and set the text, now we want to add, right? We want to add what? The two components, which are what? Image and text to our layout. So you do layout. So layout, because you're trying to do something with the layout. What are we trying to do? We're trying to layout dot add views. So add view, and which the first view we want to add is the text. Then we want to add what? The button underneath that. Okay. So add the button to the layout. Hey, I'm saying button. I'm sorry. I mean the image. I'm sorry. Stuff I say. All right, the image. So add view. And which view are we trying to add this time? Add view is the name of the method. Add view is the name of the method. Thinking too much. There's only one method called add view. Now you will put in the parentheses what type of view you want to add, right? So that's this time it's an image view, okay, called image. All right. Okay. Good. So now we got them all added. Now what is left? What is left is to set the view of your toast. Okay. So on the next line, have space. Next line, space. Let's go. You're wasting time. Next line, space. And a good thing is this is on video, so you can review it. All right. So now we're gonna take what? The toast. Remember the toast? So toast. So toast. And what do we want to do to the toast? We want to set the toast to. So we want to set view. See this method called set view. See that? It takes a view object. Now, which object do we want? We want the layout, because remember the layout has what? The image and the text in it. Right?
Yeah.
I don't like how I'm seeing your toast. Oh yes, we didn't initialize it in the first bit. So so we don't have a choice. Click the help and see if they will do it for us. Yes. Okay. Sometimes they would prefer that you would initialize it to make text, but if they don't, we're fine. Okay, set view. Okay, now you set the view. Now remember with toast, when you make toast, let's say you made toast and you told your mom you made toast. Your mom won't believe you unless you show it to her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing here. So we don't know. You say you make toast. The user doesn't know that you make toast unless you show it to him. So the next line, I want you to show the toast. Yes. Yeah. Now you're thinking like a programmer. You always take the thing you want to do something with, and then you dot do the thing, right? In this case, toast dot show. All right. So let's hit run and let's test this application. Okay. Yeah, let's run and wait. Wait for the Gradle to build. You see, Gradle finished building. Should come up very soon. Okay. Of course, we got to get to that page first, right? Because we created a new. Remember, we created a button called next. Yeah. So let's go to the next page. Remember, yeah. And then now on this page is where we have this custom toast button. Let's click it. Oh, now when you have errors, okay, I hope it's not because we didn't use make text. Sometimes Android has these standards. Okay, so we had errors. Okay, when you hit the custom toast, right? Yes. Yeah. Very simple. And there's something called logcat. Let's go into logcat. Let's go to our code. It's good to have errors. You can learn that way. Okay. So go to your code. So when you have errors like this, right? You want to go into logcat, which is at the bottom. So you see logcat is at the bottom. You see the tab, bottom left at the bottom down left. See that? So you're in logcat right now. Yeah. Now on the right side, you see where it says log level on the right side. Yeah. The verbose gives you too much data. It's too much data. So we don't like verbose. Go to error. Okay. All right. Now, double click on the tab that says the gray blue tab that says Android. Double click on that one. Android is gray blue. Double click on that above, right above the logcat. It's a gray blue tab. The general tab is wide.
Oh, okay.
No. Above. Gray. I mean, not blue, gray. Just gray. Yeah. Double click on that. Yes, just so we can see all the logcat. Now go to your emulator and click the button again. Go to that page and click, go to next. Click it again. Okay, now click that. Ah, good. Now you see all that red stuff? Let's go to logcat. Why did you click something again? Don't click something again. Then it's going to access that thing. Okay, good. Now let's go into our code. You see where it says caused by? Yes. It says caused by what? Null pointer exception. See?
Okay, yeah.
That's the one that makes sense. Okay, and that's because they said in Android that you can't use set view toast or set view Android view on a null object. Oh, there's an object that's null object reference. I think the null object reference is the toast. Yeah, yes, that makes sense. You can't use a null object to call something, right? And that's why they like for you to initialize it with make toast. So let's go back to our code. So go back to our code, you double click on that gray tab again. I say gray blue because there's some other gray. That's what this one is a little bluer. So yeah, double click on that. Good. So right there in our code, right? You can't set it to null. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you're gonna have to use what the toast class uppercase toast dot make text. You always gotta make the text. Yeah. Control Z. You did things the hard way. Control Z. Delete that. No, delete it again. So delete that, all that, the dot. Okay. Control space. And choose the one that says make toast. Like you want to make. Oh no. Write a toast all over again. I'm sorry. Like now write it. And let him. Oh, it's not gonna help. I think because you already made a toast, they're not gonna help you. I'm sorry. All right. Well, you gotta do it manually then. Just choose make text, and you're gonna have to do it manually. Okay. So you're gonna do the first argument is this, comma. That's okay. And then you just have double quotes. You don't put anything inside because it's not gonna do anything. Comma. And then you're gonna write toast dot. That's the duration, right? Length long. That's all. That's all you need to do. Okay. So you gotta do. Now hit run. Because you can't use the null reference object to do anything. Okay. Now we'll wait. It's gonna come back. Has it already? Yes. It's fast. Hit next. And now hit our custom toast.
No, it hasn't.
Oh, okay. That was all the old stuff then. Okay. Now it's come. Hit next and let's see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know we didn't see our text. Okay. Click it again and you see how length long. How long? Click it again and you see every time you click it, that's your toast. Okay. So toast is cool in the sense that you not only can you use it for just like the regular text, right, the toast text, but you can also customize it, and stuff like this. But then you notice that we can't see the text view, right? No problem. That's because it's too small. Okay. So let's go back to our code. And we're going to be finishing very soon. So go back to our code. Why you click playing with the toast? All right. So now in our code, if you want to make the text view, let's say bigger, so we can see it. All right. Where do we make the toast? The text view. The text view. You see where we initialize the text view?
Yeah.
You see where it says text.setText, where we set the text. Underneath that, let's do text dot. Underneath the set text, let's do text dot. Yeah, text dot. And we want to do what? We want to set the text size, right? So what do you think is going to be? Set text. Aha. Okay, and for the size, let's put, I don't want to do too much. I don't know, 40? Is that too much? 40? I don't know. Yeah. All right, hit run.
Send me that number.
Okay, while we're waiting here, let's do another thing. Okay, let's also set the text color. Okay.
Yeah.
Because all this is going to be recorded, so that way I want you to see how you can customize all these things that you can customize things dynamically in Java. So if you're setting the text color, what do you think the method name will be?
Set text color.
That's how easy programming is. Yeah. The different versions. Let's put color, the class color. It's a class. Dot, and choose that one. Yeah. Under the graphics from that package, the color class from that package. Yeah. Dot. And then choose the color that you want to set it to. Okay. All right. Hit run. Just hit run and let's see what we do. When it comes back, let's wait. It's gonna come back soon, and then we'll go to that page and yeah, go to that page and Yeah, you want to go to that page, right? Next. Have you forgotten how this?
Oh, it loaded.
Yeah, it went and came back. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Okay, one last thing. Because you see the text was too high because of margin, right?
Yeah.
You see, toast. You see, that toast is now restricted to just the activity. It goes everywhere, everywhere on your device. See that? That's how a toast is. So the thing was, hit it again. You should have. What is the problem? Hit it again. You see, there's too much space between the image view and the text, right?
Yeah.
There's too much margin space. So the last thing we're doing is we're gonna reduce the margin space. Okay, we're gonna reduce it to like maybe either 1 or nothing or something. Like we're gonna reduce it. So let's go to back to our code, and this time we're setting we can set the margin space on the text view, or we can set the margin space on the image view. Okay, so let's set it on the image view. Okay, so image dot. Okay, so go where you set the image stuff. Okay, image dot. Why is the mouse so high up? Where we set the image stuff. No, where we set the image stuff. Where we set image. Why are you going up? Oh no, you're killing me. Well, everything we're doing is here, right? Everything we're doing is here. So where do we see above you set image resource? Set image dot set image resource.
Oh yeah.
Good. Press enter. You know what? Yeah, press enter. Good. And then yes, maybe that'll be more readable for you. Now image dot set margin top.
It wasn't an option.
Image dot set margin set M. There's no margin.
No.
Hold on a second. I thought I did set margin. Set. Hold on. How did I do mine? Okay, so they don't allow us. Oh yeah, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense because then we have to use layout params, which are a whole nother issue. How do we do this again? Let's see if we can set something on the text then. All right, let's see if we can set something on the text instead. Let's have text dot. I don't know if they'll allow us to set margin directly. Let's try margin.
Nah.
Okay, let's try padding. They won't set. Okay, they allow you to have padding. Okay, good. But they want you to put arguments for all of them. Okay, that's fine. I mean, so but the only thing is, yeah, margins for. So which one is bottom is the last one, right? See?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other ones we don't want to really set any. So let's have 0, 0, 0, comma. We care about the bottom because the space between comma 0, comma 0, and that's for left, right, top, whatever. Now the last one is what we care about. So for this one, this is what the space between the text view and let's make it something like 2. Okay. Yeah. Even though let's hit run. Because I'm trying to reduce the space between the space between the text view and the image, okay? To kind of get them closer. Next, hit the custom tilde. Let's see what happened. Even another way is to it got a little lower. First it was above. It got a little lower. You know what? Let's set it to 0. The bottom also to 0, and also the text size. Let's reduce the text size to something like 25. And let's hit run. Okay. And yeah, okay. Yes. Let's wait though. This is not it. Let's wait and wait, and then we know that we click on this button to start the activity to get to the next button, and now it's time to make some custom toast. And boom. Okay, we made a toast. Yeah, it still didn't come down like the way we wanted, but that's okay. Okay, I don't want to. There's too much time. But,
yeah.
I mean, this is the general idea, okay?
Yeah. The
general idea how to not only that we to show you that not only can we just make toast in like one line, we can also control, the position. And in fact, what's funny? We can also control the position of our toast too. By the way, like we can like for instance we can do toast dot. Let's do that. Toast dot set gravity. Yeah. So let's have toast dot. Before you show it, let's have toast dot set gravity. Good. What kind of argument does this take? Offset and I don't know how to set those. Okay, it takes a gravity. A gravity. So let's have the toast class. Yeah, toast class. Toast dot. Yeah, toast dot. Is there any gravity? No. Okay, let's have the gravity. Isn't there a gravity class? Let's have the gravity class. Let's have instead of toast class, let's have a gravity class. So gravity, yep. Dot. And then it's like we want it to be something that's like they'll make it be at the bottom. I don't know which one. Which one sounds like something that's at the bottom? Horizontal, vertical. Scroll down. Let's see. Anything that sounds like something that will keep it grounded on the ground. There's bottom and the center. Let's do bottom. Yeah, let's do bottom. Okay, let's do comma. Then the offset we just do 0, 0. Okay. We don't care about the offsets. Comma 0. Let's hit run. Let's see if this kind of makes it come down a little bit. I don't know. Still kind of big. The ball was too big.
Yeah.
You can always go. You can go to Paint and then you can adjust the pixels. For instance, or there are other places you can go where you can adjust the pixels of an image. Okay, to make it smaller before you try to use it in your app. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I think. Oh, this not it. You gotta wait, right?
No, I've not reloaded up.
Already? You sure? Was that fast?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, that's that. Yeah. For something like this, the solution will be you have to reduce the size of your image, okay? Because it's kind of taking over the whole screen. But that's the general idea, okay? So yes, now if you go over this video, you're gonna be a pro on how to use Toast, not just how to use them the way everybody knows how to use them, which is Toast to make text, all that. You also now know something that few people know, which is how to customize Toast, okay? Which is pretty cool, okay? And it's all on tape. Any questions? You also know your I/O. Any questions?
No. I think I'm good.
Okay. Now, we missed the lesson on Monday, so I'm going to see you tomorrow. I don't want you to hear you forgot. I'm going to see you tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
Because we missed the Monday lesson. Because we're trying to do every, 3 lessons every week. And have
Yeah.
you spoken to your dad? Okay, you know what? Let me end the video.
I did message him.